Welcome, fellow travelers. My name is Kreirian, and I am joining Chibi and Vertek at the Golden Feather. Come on in, grab a seat, and let's share tales of adventure.
But potentially the most important, and by potentially I mean definitely the most important, is our guest, Kreirian. For those who do not know who you is and have not met this face before, who is you and what do you do?
Yeah, so like I said, my name is Kreirian. I'm a new MMO streamer. Started off about late November of last year. Most right now, I am just streaming on the occasion, specifically like gameplay type stuff while talking about Ashes, doing that. I'm working on YouTube and stuff where I'll start doing kind of like class guides along with just general gameplay stuff of Ashes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now, as far as guides, what are your favorite types of guides to make? And what do you see yourself making the most of in Ashes specifically?
Probably stuff to do with some of the professions, depending on how Ashes goes with like how different each server is. I made like some bundling guides or something like that from there. But I want to get my hands into A2 before I fully make a decision on that.
So you're going to be a professional creator of guides that are about creating professionally with profession creations stuff?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was like,
And,
wait a minute, hold on, what?
You can create professionally crafting guides about crafting professions. There we go. That flows nicely. Yeah.
I'm a huge PvPer, so you'll probably see like a lot of montages and stuff on there as well.
Okay, like 80s training montage, like you're gonna do a little Rocky thing.
Oh, I can do Rocky. That's a good idea. Yeah.
To be the very best there ever was.
Oh my gosh. I love these references.
So you love yourself some PvP. What do you think is going to be your biggest drawing PvP factor in Ashes?
Honestly, like I'm open to the whole open world PvP thing. Just being able to go out there and fight anybody and anybody. Now I'm not usually one to like start the fight, but if you come up and fight me, I am definitely turning around and fighting you back. There's no question about that.
So apparently you're not going to be Noob Slayer 73, but does that still leave room for being, say, Bounty Hunter 42?
Possibly.
All right.
I plan on live streaming my entire playing experience. So if somebody stream snipes and stuff, I just consider that free content.
Fair.
Thanks for killing me. Give me an instant reaction I didn't even have to work for.
Exactly.
Love it.
What is a reason that caused you to join the Ashes community?
So I started following Ashes like during the Kickstarter. Like I was kind of interested in everything, but I didn't really I didn't fully get into it until about like a year ago.
Okay.
Just because I was kind of doing my own thing with school life and everything, and
Right.
it kind of came back up at me, and then I got super excited about it, and here we are.
And you mentioned that you're going to school to learn how to fly planes.
Yes. So
Does that mean that you're going to be the person we need to turn to when we're trying to figure out how to use a gliding mount, right? Because you're going to know like what to do to get it to go, right?
If it flies like a plane, then yes.
Oh, Vertek is muted.
If we have aerodynamic physics, then
Pro glider. I love it.
yes. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I was totally not sitting on that one since I found out that you went for flying school.
She was sleeping about it.
I was like, oh, this is a perfect question. Oh my gosh.
Has anyone ever told you that you're silly, by the way?
You just now.
Hey, where's the first redeem for that? All right, so what would you say your favorite topic to talk about with Ashes is? Not necessarily like your favorite topic just because it's the thing that you really want to do, but like your favorite thing to really like theory craft and really get into the nuts and bolts on.
So one of my main MMOs was ESO. So I love like theory crafting different builds. But another part of that is also pairing a build with like the potions and alchemy and stuff that's inside the game, along with the poisons and everything. So crafting focus wise in Ashes, I'm really excited for the alchemy. And pairing that type of stuff with the different archetypes and stuff of all the different classes.
Okay. Because the reason I asked, I've seen you do a lot of, playing this game open to Ashes discussion type streams. And so basically, if someone were to roll in and be like, Ashes, artisan classes, alchemy, let's talk. You would just be able to talk for hours on that.
Maybe it depends on how like pointed the discussion is, because there's not really too much to talk about right now.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
So
So I'm really hoping that they have a similar system to like ESO, where you kind of have to like figure out what each ingredient does.
Yeah.
And you can kind of mix and match them however you wish.
That's been kind of, in a way, I suppose, the kind of system I was hoping for with any kind of recipes. Just to be able to like figure them out by just adding a whole bunch of stuff into a pot or whatever, and just making something and saying, I wonder what's going to come out at the end of this.
Yeah.
And then,
if you're talking about like cooking and stuff, that would make sense. But a lot of the other professions, probably not.
I don't know. Let's see what happens when I put this ore into this sword recipe. Let's look at what happens if I put enchanted leather on the handguard instead of regular leather.
Oh yeah,
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Let's add a feather in here and enchant it with a feather. Then you have the golden feather broadsword.
There you go. Ashtoner says, are we talking artisanship in general? And we're kind of just talking about things that Kreirian here would like to talk about for hours on end with Ashes of Creation. So yeah, also welcome in.
Once I get my hands in that, I would follow him for hours.
Yeah, that's fair. I think honestly, this is something that we had talked about, and I know that this is getting a little bit off topic, but this is something that we talked about last night, is that, you know, there's a lot for Ashes that is kind of on a lull at the moment, if you will. And that, you know, it's just, as Alpha 2 comes, we'll probably see a lot more hype pick up, a lot more things to be able to make content over, things like that. And I think it'd be really, really cool to see. Oh no, I didn't see who won. Peon won.
Oh.
Right? Oh,
Kreirian.
you just had to.
The frying pan.
You just had to, Kreirian. You just had to win.
Elf win.
That's making them think that we are definitely always rigged over here. Never rigged. What?
You know what's really funny? Thank you for confirming that, by the way. Oh, and video. Oh,
Sorry.
click the oops button. I may or may not have never done that before.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just zooming into those lovely faces.
There you go. But yeah, before we got you in here, we were doing a test of my audio and video to see if I could even have video tonight at all, because I'm running on hotel Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but just the corded Ethernet. And we were talking about how to pronounce your name, and I was like, I don't know. Earlier he typed it out as Kreirian in chat, but there's a whole extra R there. I don't know. Must be elven. Elves are weird. Elves are silly. And she was like, as an elf, yes. So that was going to be another question. Are you going to be elven? Is that going to be your main character, or like all of them? Or are you just pure blooded elf?
Kind of depends, honestly.
Okay.
I'm interested at like the different racial augments that they have.
Chad is waiting with bated breath for you to say Tolnar.
Also, along with like the different, kind of like the racial fantasy with the type of class you're playing.
Yeah.
Normally, like with my name, for example, I had this back in Burning Crusade came out for a while. It was my my Blood Elf Hunter. So the name stuck from then on.
Nice.
But I do, at least for my main character, I do plan on being Empyrean. So
Nair says only silly people play Vec.
True facts.
Keon says
Facts.
the stream after this one will be the stream that begins the hype for Alpha 2, I believe. They will want to build it up. I feel like as soon as when they're ready to announce the date, that will be when the hype should start. I think they're gonna try to keep the hype down before then, in my opinion.